Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with Your Teen. We're a small but mighty crew this morning. Some of our people are traveling and doing other things, but we are here for you. So now you know who really shows up when you need us the most, right? Happy Valentine's Day. You might notice that we're all wearing red, but that's not the only reason we're wearing red. There is another reason too. Dee, do you want to just explain why we thought it was important to wear red today?
Yes, good morning and hello, everyone. So, in addition to today being the day of love, and we want to show love to one another, we also want to stress the importance of Heart Health Month. The American Heart Association advises us, unfortunately, that heart disease is the leading cause of death in women. And for brown and black women, those numbers are even more, the statistics are even more staggering. I think the number is like over 56%.
Wow.
It's just really, 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 really high. And
Yeah.
so one thing that I know is important is for us to know our numbers. And I'm trying to pull it up here. So we should know our hemoglobin A1C. We should know our blood pressure. We should know the LDL, the bad, the HDL, the good in terms of our cholesterol numbers. And we should, I should really do this. We should work to keep our body mass index down and not up. Anything over 30 is considered to be obese. A body mass index of 25 to 29 is considered to be overweight, and anything below 24.9 is considered to be healthy. So it's really, really important that, especially as we start to get older, that we make healthier choices, that we're talking with our physician, and that we get moving.
All right. I am motivated. Thank
Yeah.
you, Dee. That was really good. I think one of the things that, most of the people who tune in here, we're all moms, and I think most of our people are moms. And we tend to feel like we're just too busy. We put ourselves in the back seat and we'll take our kids for their regular physicals, but raise your hand if you went to have your regular physical this year.
I did go.
Okay, good. I didn't yet. I'm going. I think we tend to put ourselves last, so let's not do that because our kids need us, right? And probably our spouses would like us to stick around too because they don't know how to make dinner. Okay, so really what we came here to talk about today is nobody told us. What are some of the things that nobody told us about raising teens? And I'm going to start and then I'm going to pass it off. Nobody told me that I was going to become a full-time chauffeur when my kids got to be high school age. I thought they're going to be so independent. They're going to do their own thing. They're going to ride their bike everywhere to the pool and to the library and to their after-school job or whatever they're doing. And it ain't necessarily so. Because here's one of the weird things about where we live, especially the buses don't run to the high school. So you have to figure out how to get your kids to the high school if they can't walk there. And I think that's true a lot of places. But here's what's really weird. In high school, they have this totally random schedule. Like they might have one day as an early dismissal day. And then maybe they have a club or an activity that meets on Tuesdays, but it doesn't always meet on Tuesdays. So you get that text in the middle of the day, Mom, there's nobody at Spanish club. Can you come pick me up? And you're like, but I'm busy. I got stuff to do, kid. How am I at your beck and call all day long? And I'd be like, can you ask a friend for a ride? No, nobody does that. I mean, they just are allergic to the idea of asking for a ride from anybody else. And guess what? I would show up to pick up that kid and there'd be 3 other kids. Mrs. Pro, can I have a ride? I'm like, okay, those kids ask for a ride. Why can't you ask for a ride? Can I get an amen on this? Is anybody else having that problem?
Amen.
Thank you. So yeah, be prepared. Get your chauffeur's license now because that is definitely coming to you. Sharon, you wanna weigh in on this or any other subject?
Sure. I will say, since I'm sitting in one of my teenagers' rooms, that the secret was not that teenagers are really neat and clean. That was not the thing that nobody told me because it's not true, at least in my house. Anyway, I would say maybe somebody told me this and I wasn't listening, but I really love the times when my kid wants to spend time with me. Because there's so many times where they want to do something else with someone, with their friends that, oh, I've got to study. I got to go to my room. I don't want to watch that movie, So when they do, it's so special. Like one of my kids last night went to work on a group project at 2 p.m. yesterday, and we thought that he was going to be home for the Super Bowl. That was the plan. I mean, we're not into the Super Bowl. We're into hanging out and eating snacks and spending time together. And they wound up working until 9:30 that night. And I said, it's okay if you wanted to just tell me, oh, I want to watch the Super Bowl with these guys. And he said, no, I actually wanted to come home. We were working still. And I felt, oh, the times when the kid says they want to spend time with you, that's just special. I didn't realize how special that would be. Kamira, I'm going to pass it to you.
Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Can you hear me? Okay. I didn't realize how it's similar to Sharon's, how desperate I would become for my team's attention. Whenever they throw me a little attention or invite me somewhere or something, I become so dysfunctional and sad and pathetic. And I'm coming. No, don't leave without me. I'm like the girlfriend in school that who was always picked the bad relationships and you wanted to slap her. That's how I am with my teens. I'm like, no, I could put my shoes on in the car. Just wait for me. Having said that, that explains the jewelry today, because this is a little heart that my kids gave me years ago that I love and treasure. So that's why I'm wearing it today and sitting straight up so that everybody can see it, because it's my Valentine's heart. I'm going to go over to Jessica.
Gosh, I don't know why StreamYard specifically. It's like I'm pointing left right now, but it doesn't. So I don't have kids. I'm not married. So I'm pretty sure as soon as I get kids, I'm gonna know everything now. You see, I've been hearing every single story and trying to absorb it as hard as I can, and I don't know. I just keep thinking about. I used to work at a dance studio at the front office, and like there were a lot of really little kids. The oldest couple of kids I think were like 13, 14. I have always kind of looked like I'm still a teenager. So every once in a while, like the teenagers would come talk to me like I was a high schooler like them, and I just remember this little this 13-year-old girl coming up to me and telling me all about like all of the stuff she was doing to get around her mom's parental controls on her phone, and just like, my mom doesn't want me to be on my phone for more than 2 hours, but like I hear this, and this, and I'm like, yeah, I wonder. The more I learn, the more I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna know how to handle this when I eventually have kids.
So everything's going to be a surprise, because that's basically the bottom line, right?
It's going to be everything and nothing, and I'm sure of it. So I guess
Jessica, did you narc on her to her mom? I'm sure you did.
I don't know her mom. I was like, it's not my job to go out into
Correct.
I'm not gonna tell. She trusted me with this information. I don't know. It was harmless enough. I'm not gonna hunt down her mother. So I'm gonna pass it down to D.
I have to say this, and this has nothing to do with the subject, but I remember when my sister was in high school and one of her friends confided in her about something, my sister, and then my sister told me, and it was such a challenge because it was something the mother needed to know. But my sister swore me to secrecy. And so I didn't tell. And to this day, I wonder how it turned out for the girl, because the mother's boyfriend was doing improper things. And I never said anything because my sister asked me not to. And so anyway, that's totally unrelated. But just when you mentioned that, and I understand that so much, because when you have a teenagers, when they trust you, they trust you. But moving on to happier things, what the thing that no one told me was how fast the years would go by. The years have gone by in the blink of an eye. So I have this nearly 6 foot tall 14-year-old and 6 foot tall 12-year-old. And I look at them and I'm just like, oh, my baby. And they get so tired of me saying that. And my husband says, stop saying that, because that just really irritates them. But that's where I am. I look at these tall jokers and I see my little baby, and the time went by so fast. No one told me. And I will pass it on to Eka.
Thanks, Dee. So what nobody told me, and maybe sometimes it's just me, I didn't realize how much the things that happened to my girls would affect me. So like they weren't invited to a party and they would be upset. And, 3 days later, I'm still thinking that girl is such a blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I didn't realize how amplified their lives, like how I would take what was happening to them and it totally affect me. And I tried not to. And I don't know if it's a mom thing or if it's just an Eka thing. It just seemed like I was always like so upset. So I thought I would get better as they got older. So I'll tell you this story. My daughter had her first job. She graduated from college. She was in her early 20s and had her first job. And she called me one day after she'd been there a couple of weeks, and she was really upset because she had made this new friend, and this new friend had been invited out for happy hour with this group, and she didn't invite my daughter. And I was just like, that, blah, 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 So fast forward, like a couple months later, I go to visit her, and we go somewhere, and we run into this girl, and my daughter goes, later, she says, oh, by the way, Mom, that was, Susie Q that I told you about. I go, I know, girl. I was giving her the stink eye the whole time. So I guess I didn't get better. I guess I didn't learn anything. But she was in her 20s and I was still doing the stink eye. So I don't know if anybody else has had that happen with them, but I just didn't. Yeah. I mean, even though they're their own person, they are like your heart, So when somebody does something to them, to me, it was really crazy. And like I said, my daughters are in their 20s and I still am giving the stink eye. So I think, Jen, are you the one wrapping it up or who's wrapping up?
Yeah, I'll wrap it up. But I want to say, Eka, that brought home to me the saying that somebody did tell me, but I didn't understand it until my kids were that age, which is you're only as happy as your least happy child. And I was like, when they're toddlers, they're never happy. There's always somebody who's cranky and upset about something. So I was like, what? I don't even know what that means. When they get to be full-fledged, independent beings in their adolescence, at least they think they're full-fledged adolescent, human beings. Your heart just tears at their unhappiness. And sometimes they get past it quicker than we do, I think, oftentimes. But that is a true, yes, Kamira, you want to weigh in on that one? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, but Kamira, do you want to talk about what's coming up this week? Are you promoting?
Yeah, but I want you to finish. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so tomorrow we have Dr. Reese on. Dr. Reese is going to talk to us about how do you know when it's time to call a mental health professional? How do you know that the behavior that your teen is exhibiting warrants professional mental health care? So join us tomorrow, Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Facebook Live, YouTube, or Twitter.
Excellent. I think that's such a great topic.
Yes.
We know that our teens are having globally right now, there's sort of a mental health crisis with teens that's been exacerbated by the pandemic. And I think a lot of us have experienced at times wanting to know, like, how do I know when this is something that really goes beyond what I can help them with? And we need to seek professional help. I think that's a great topic. So make sure you join in for that. And then Sharon and I have coffee every Wednesday at 10:30, and we kind of typically explore the lighter side of parenting. So we'll be, Sharon, we have a topic, but I don't remember what it is. You?
No, I have no idea. We'll be as surprised as you
We'll be
are.
surprised. So
We're also always up for suggestions.
True. And Rima, thanks for joining us and chiming in this morning and validating my chauffeur license. We're happy everybody came today. I hope you have a good Valentine's Day. And don't forget to get your heart health checked out and all of your other health as well. Mental health too, all important. And if you're watching the Olympics, that's exciting too. So,
yes.
So much going on this month.
Yeah.
And we'll see you right back here next Monday for Behind the Scenes. Have a good one, everybody.